All right, we are on Knapp Street right now, and we're going to be walking on Avenue X. We're going to make our return to Avenue X. It's been a while. Hope everyone is doing well. It is hot. It is 90 degrees out. The humidity is really bad. The humidity is over 80%, so that's all you need to know. I mean, whenever the humidity is over like 67, 68%, that's bad enough. It's at 80% right now. It is Florida humidity right now. This is typical Florida humidity in the morning. Humidity is going to keep going up here too, and we are probably going to have 1 or 2 showers come through here at some point today. So we're going to do Avenue X. We're going to walk all the way down to the pretty much where it ends, over at the train station, over where 86th Street begins, over there. There will be a point where we have to detour because Avenue X does not go through. It doesn't go straight through. It runs into the Q and the B line, which those tracks are on the ground, so we'll have to make a detour. So we'll do that when that time comes. I think that's over like on East 16th Street. We'll probably, when we get to E16, we'll probably go up to Neck Road. We'll go around the block and then continue on the other side. And then I'll wrap up the walk. Somebody in the comment section, it's, I don't do requests, but I mean, I do requests for clients for money. I don't just do requests where people ask and I go, I don't do that, but I make an exception because it's along the route anyway. So somebody had mentioned Stryker Street. So Stryker Street is right at the end of this. So all I have to do is just walk up the block, I guess. So we'll see when I get there. I want to be over there. There's a lot of trees over there. I want shade. So we're in Sheepshead Bay. Would you consider this, no, I would consider Sheepshead Bay, right? I'm thinking of Marine Park, because if you keep walking up, you make a right here and you keep walking down a couple blocks, you end up at Marine Park. But put it this way, we're in South Brooklyn. That's all you need to know. We're in South Brooklyn. This is the Nostrand houses. Named appropriately because we're right over by Nostrand Avenue. As a matter of fact, I think the next corner on this side is Nostrand Avenue. It's a continuous sidewalk. So on the other side, they got side streets. Very nice tree-lined area, though. Look at this. Very nice. And a lot of apartment space in here. So we're going to be walking for a little while, because that's what we do. Now somebody had mentioned on one of the last walks that I didn't bring up Sheepshead Bay. That is Sheepshead Bay High School, and that is because I knew I was going to walk by the front of it. I guess you would consider this the front of it. So there you go. Sheepshead Bay High School. Looks like they're doing some work in the school. I'm very deliberate on not mentioning things if I know I'm coming back and going to get a different view of something. So, but I get a lot of that. I get a lot of people that are like, yeah, he didn't mention that, or he was, you know, there's always a reason for something when I do my walks. So. All right, enough of that. Let's walk forward. Now, over here is what they call the Sheepshead Bay houses, which, I don't know, maybe they should have done the first building pack Sheepshead Bay houses and this one the Nostrand houses, because Nostrand Avenue is right over here. So. I don't know how they pick this stuff, so. Don't know how they pick this stuff. We continue the string of consecutive walks to start August. If you are watching this, if you've been watching all the walks in August so far, I have not left out any days. Any days on the calendar have been taken up by a walk, so. At some point, I will not upload a walk and we will lose the streak, but I don't know how far we're going to go. I mentioned this in the last walk. The longest streak I've ever done was the first year I did the channel, June of 2023. June was that month, June of 2023, I did 27 out of 30 days of walks. And at one point, I had 12 in a row. So that is the record if I want to go for it. This is an interesting dilemma. Do I make it across? Yeah, I think I'll make it across. Looks like Nostrand Avenue is getting a new road. All right. Let's slow down a little bit now. Walking fast in this kind of weather is definitely not fun. It's not a question of if I'm in the shape to do it. I'm definitely in the shape to walk in any time of weather. It's more about the humidity, right? So obviously you sweat when you are active. especially in 90-degree weather, but in the humidity, it's soupy. It's the only way I could describe it. It is soupy. All right, we'll start paying attention to some of the homes along the road. See what we see. Now, this will be an interesting walk because I believe the last 2 Avenue X walks I've done over the years have only been up to Ocean Parkway, I believe. So, and in the other direction, right? So from 86th Street to Ocean Parkway. This time we're doing completely from Knapp Street all the way through. So you guys are going to get the full Avenue X tour. I had to stop. There was a mail truck coming up the block. Make sure he stopped at the stop sign. Much needed shade. It sounds like they just, I don't know, I guess someone that lives here might have to, oh no, I think they've had the scaffolding up for a while. I think they're just doing work, or maybe they just putting the scaffolding up recently. Who knows? You guys know I hate scaffolding, but I make an exception on a day like this when you get that nice shade for a little bit. Scaffolding inside New York City is really bad, though. I'm not talking about, so that's a nuance for people that live in the 5 boroughs. We consider New York City Manhattan, so I'm talking about Manhattan. When you're in Manhattan, you're walking underneath those scaffolding. There's like hundreds of people trying to fit in. I mean, it's just not fun. Some bike riders. Good sunlight today. I got the sun on my back. Look at those big sunflowers. They're so big that they're hunched over. This is the park over here on Bedford Avenue. I think this is the park that has the big American flag on the handball court. Yep, I was right. There it is. They got a NYPD and an FDNY. They got a whole bunch of names over there. If you live in the neighborhood or used to live in the neighborhood, definitely leave a comment. Let us know. I get a lot of comments from people that used to live in the neighborhood, do live in the neighborhood, live near to where I'm walking. Sometimes I get a comment that I walk by their home, and recently I had somebody say that I caught them on a video. One of my walks, I think it was like 13th Avenue supposedly. Somebody had mentioned that I did a walk on 13th Avenue in my neighborhood, Stryker Heights, and they had been seen doing their errands or something like that. But yeah, you never know. Definitely leave a message. Another thing is I do have an email address. It's in the description of my channel. If you go to the home page, you go to the main page. I mean, I could just tell you it's stridewarrior@gmail.com, but I get emails too. I do answer the emails. I just don't reply right away back, by the way. Just so you know that, because I know there's sometimes when someone will write me an email and I may not reply for a few days. It's just very busy for me. So, but I will reply. I always reply to my emails. It just might take me a couple of days. Looks like this area has some storefronts and stuff. Across the street, it's the same thing. I'll give you guys a look across the street. Of course, we have a Chinese food takeout, New Star. They got a bunch of stuff though covering the window there. That's usually like a red flag for me. I won't buy from a place that looks like it's all run down. So, but I'm sure people in the neighborhood probably buy from them and say it's pretty good. Lucia Pizza of Avenue X. What time is it right now? It is close to lunchtime. Maybe he's on vacation? I don't know. It is not early. It is close to lunchtime. It is. I'm looking at it. It's 11:30 right now in the morning. So maybe he's on vacation. Now that Asian takeout, that Chinese takeout right there, House Garden, you could see right through the windows there. You could see right to the counter. So there you go. Ocean Avenue? I presume, yeah. We will eventually cross Ocean Parkway. Alright, so I'll take a little break here and welcome everybody in, if I didn't say welcome in earlier. Hot day today, walking on Avenue X. We continued, we kind of took a little bit of a break from the alphabet for a little while. We're right back on it now with Avenue X. Don't know what's going to be next. I have no idea. Some of the homes across the street. Up ahead, looks like either that is a lot of bush that needs to be trimmed down or a piece of tree fell on the sidewalk. We'll find out in a moment. It's on the next corner. Can't tell from here. It's hard to see. but definitely it looks like a lot of bush growth on the next corner. I guess it's a lot of bush growth around the tree. And the sidewalk kind of jots to the right a little bit, so that's what was throwing me off. We're coming up to the spot where I got to go up to Neck Road. So you can see that truck in front of us. You can see that. That's where the Q and the B line run. And we cannot cross over. So we gotta go around it. So you guys get a couple of side streets mixed in here, along with Stryker Street later on. I have not checked the train construction schedule. It's funny, as a person that lives in New York City, you have to also not just know the schedule for the train, but know the construction schedule for the train. Because depending on what week or day it is, depends on if your train is running. So I anticipate taking the F train. The question is if there's construction. It looks like a tree came down over here or something. I say that because I know today, as I'm recording this, the D train is not running Coney Island trains until 3 o'clock. That's fine because I gotta go home from Coney Island. The question though becomes, if the F train has any construction things going on. So, all right, so this is E16. Have to go up E16, take this to Neck Road, make a left, then make another left down and get back on Avenue X. I guess I'll stay in the street for a moment here and look at these. It's like one big red brick wall with a bunch of windows and doors. This is a wide street. You can see I have a lot of room between me and the cars in the middle of the road. What I'm going to do is get onto the sidewalk over here. I've been walking getting on 24 minutes of walking. And these are long blocks, by the way. The next... The next two side streets we gotta go they're long. You can hear the train going by us on the other side of these homes. I think are we going to run into Village South? One of the oldest roads in Brooklyn. One of the most original, oldest roads in this part of Brooklyn. Because this right here is Avenue W. No, we're going to run into Neck Road. I think when we get down to, you know what I'm thinking? You know why I'm thinking that? My mind gets all jumbled. And it confuses all of you. This is Avenue W over here. When we get down to Stryker Street, I believe you could take Stryker Street and run that into that runs into Village Road South. It's kind of good to have the Brooklyn map in your head your whole life. One thing about me, if any car or truck ever stops, and I've had this happen a few times, stops and asks for directions, I always... I could give you like 3 different ways to get someplace. So, which is good for truck drivers. Car drivers, they want... A car wants the quickest way, right? So, because they're small, they could go anywhere. A truck can't. There might be an overpass somewhere blocking them or whatever. They might have to take a truck route. So, I could tell you... I can give you 3 different ways to get somewhere. This is the Neck Road train station. All right, over there. I can't wait to get on the train later because the trains are nice and air conditioned. Yeah, we haven't done a Neck Road walk in a while. We've been on Neck Road a couple of times. On other walks, on other routes, but we have not done Neck Road. It's been over maybe 2 years since we've done like a full Neck Road walk. This is East 15th Street. What we're doing is we're getting back onto Avenue X. Got a nice breeze coming in. There's some nice land over here. There's a train again. Maybe we'll see the train. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I want to say that was a B train. You can kind of tell the sounds of the trains. I mean, the B trains are running the new R211 models. That sounded like an R211. And then the train earlier that we heard sounded like, the older trains. So get that little whistle that goes through. That engine whistle. This is a block that I've never walked down, East 15th. And I'm going to get across the street because I see something interesting coming up here. That's a church. That looks like a church, right? Is that a church? Cars coming down this block pretty fast. That is a church over there. First Baptist Church is the name of it. Continue giving you guys a look at these homes. So then these homes just become like all brick attached. All right, let's go. We still got to cross Ocean Parkway. Ocean Parkway and Coney Island Avenue. We still got those 2 big roads to go. Look at this. On the ends of Avenue X on this side, they got these 2 homes. It looks like they got some parking property over there. I can smell fries right now. I smell fries. So either that is somebody making fries or there is like a diner or something over here. Well, there's a good view of the train. And you can see the train really good over there. Could it be that? The catering place? Very possible. I mean, they make food. It smells like it is coming from there, because the wind is blowing from that direction. So I think that's where I'm smelling it. And the smell just went away as we got away from it. So. So Avenue X, it's gonna get, we're gonna get into an area when we get past Ocean Parkway. We'll start to see more storefronts. I believe this is the avenue where Cuccio's is. So you have a Nuccio's Bakery and you have a Cuccio's Bakery. It's like Bay Ridge. You got a Nino's and a Nano's or a Nuno's or whatever the hell. On 3rd Avenue, there's like 2 pizza places. I think one is Nuno's and one is Nino's or whatever. And then over here on Avenue U, you got Nuccio's, and on Avenue X, you got Cuccio's. So. I don't know. I don't make the names up. These are the names of the people, of the families that open up the businesses. Sheepshead Bay Road. Sheepshead Bay section of Brooklyn. Walking into Gravesend. We are walking into Gravesend, Brooklyn, which is, I guess, when you get past Coney Island Avenue. And you got some neighborhoods that are embedded within neighborhoods like Homecrest and Madison. I'll tell you what, when I get home, I am going right into the shower. I don't even care about eating. I will just go right into the shower first, and I'll eat later. Got a lot of 4-way stop signs down here. Look at these homes. These caught me off guard. And then this one home looks like they totally changed. I would imagine that's not how that home used to look. This is the new design, I guess. The extensions they made. It actually looks nice, believe it or not. I know sometimes it doesn't. I think they did a good job here. Nice work. Oh, we got to get across. They get across there. I don't think I'm going to make it, guys. So, too late. This is Coney Island Avenue as we head into the Gravesend section. There's the lawyer guy on the side of the bus. Let's go stand in the shade, I guess. So the lawyer guy and his dog we're gonna wait here for the light. course, you guys in YouTube universe can just fast forward to when I cross the street. Quick light over here, though. Just gotta wait for this turn in yellow to turn green. There it goes. Hope you guys are enjoying the walk. If you enjoy these kind of walks, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 6,500 subscribers. As I like to say, slow and steady, slow and steady. Those of you who have been with me long enough know I do not buy clicks. I do not buy subscribers. So the other channels do that. We don't do that. 100% organic growth. If you're into organic, well then, this is 100% organic. Which is why I get good ratios on my videos. Most videos get about a 25-30% ratio per the prescriber count, and some of them get like 50%, 50-60%. Then you get some videos that, you know, have taken off. But we are approaching the big number. You know, I always talk about the big number is the watch hours. We are approaching 100,000 watch hours for the year, which is absolutely nuts. 100,000 watch hours. I think YouTube changed it. I think it's now 3,000, but it doesn't matter. 3,000, 4,000. You need 4,000. You need 4,000 watch hours to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program when you first start out. And then after that, you have to maintain that within a year. And like I said, we're approaching 100,000 hours in a year for this year, 2026. So I mean, we have enough hours to share out, to give to, like, I don't know, 30 channels that want to get monetized, I guess. This right here is Ocean Parkway. So this is, when I've done Avenue X in the past, this is, like I said, I walk from the other direction. I usually, the last couple times we've ended it on the other side. Well, this is our first time we're doing a complete run of Avenue X here. So now this area, when we get north of Ocean Parkway, this is an area where eventually we'll start hitting some storefronts and stuff like that. Gets a little bit more commercial oriented, commercial real estate and stuff like that. But we're almost done. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. I can see the train station. Now we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop walking when we get over. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go up Stryker Street. Somebody mentioned Stryker Street, so we're gonna go up Stryker Street. So So we're not exactly going to end it when we get over to the train. So how am I going to do it? Let's do it interesting. To give you guys a little bit of McDonald Avenue. Here's what we'll do. This is what we'll do. I'll tell you now. The route for the rest of the walk. We're going to walk to McDonald Avenue at the Avenue X train station. We're going to make a right. We're going to go up. I'm trying to think, how many blocks is Stryker? I want to say it's definitely, well, it's definitely at least one block, because we got to walk up one block, but I think it's only like 2 blocks long. So how do I do this? Because I got to cover all of Avenue X. So we're going to walk onto McDonald Avenue. We'll go up McDonald Avenue, I guess a couple blocks, and we'll hang a right and then another right down Stryker, and then we'll just wrap around. So since I got to take the train anyway over there, so I got to come back that way anyway, so that works. But now you kind of see why I don't like to do requests. It starts. And this isn't a request. I don't want to call that person out. The person didn't. I mean, I guess they did ask, but they made a comment about it, so I'm doing it on my own. But this is why doing requests is never a good thing, because then it starts really messing up my routes. And I start charging money for it, you know. So I did this last month. We did. There was a guy from Queens that used to be from Queens, and he paid me a rate to do to get. He paid me a rate to look at his old place. We're digging holes in the street. I tell you, a lot of girls like to ride the scooters down here. If you remember, we were just on. Oh, here goes a A&S pork store. Almost missed that. We were on the Avenue Y, and there was a lot of girls on scooters over there. I even got one of them in the thumbnail for Avenue Y. Like, I was like, wow. I think I had mentioned on that wall. I was like, man, a lot of people on scooters over here. There goes Cuccios. Hope I'm saying it right. I mean, because I think about Nuccio, so just switch the end with the C, and you got Cuccios. There goes Associated. Man, it is hot out. Remember, I said the walk started at 90 degrees. I guarantee you it's hotter than 90 at this point. I mean, the temperature doesn't stay, the same. It gets hotter. So let's just say that it is 90 plus degrees out right now with 80 plus humidity. There goes the bakery. There it is. That is actually a very good bakery as well. Any of the Italian family-owned bakeries, I mean, they're the best bakeries you're going to go to. It's not even a question. There's a lot of pride in anything that we do. I'm an Italian. Like, I take pride in everything I do, even just these videos that I do, right? I don't put them up and make them look like shit, you know, like, so we take a lot of pride in what we do. So I can guarantee you that a lot of the Italian bakeries are very good. Of course, each family-owned Italian bakery has their own way of doing things. So I personally like Nuccio's rainbow cookies. All right, here is, this is Stryker Street right here. Like I said, we're going to come down. We're going to wrap around. Go up McDonald Avenue for a little bit and then come down. Because I got to get back to the train station anyway. I got to get the train into Coney Island. Not pizza. You know what? Good idea. I might stop for pizza, maybe. Nah, I'm not gonna stop for pizza. I already had pizza, that's why. I just remembered. When was the last time I had pizza? I had pizza yesterday. So, not today. There is a blinking red light on that traffic light. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It is blinking. That is not a refresh rate on your screen. That is the actual red light blinking. I don't know what's going on with that red light. It is blinking. There's a train station. I will be back here later. All right, let's do a little McDonald Avenue here. And the trains are running to Coney Island because I can hear one coming in now. Let's go. I'm waiting for you, guy. So yeah, McDonald Avenue, another road I've done a couple of times. You walk on this, it's got the smell of like body shops and spray paint and just a whole bunch of different things going on McDonald Avenue. This should be Avenue W. Now, my question is, I was mentioning Village Road South earlier, so let's walk up one more block here. We got to turn anyway, so I'll just turn on the next block. I believe that is where Stryker runs into. We were just in this area too when we did Avenue V, if you remember. Yeah, it looks like I was right, because if you look here to the right, you'll see that Stryker Street runs up one more block, at least. Very nice new sidewalk over here. Look at this. They must have just put this in, like, yesterday. It's the cleanest sidewalk I've ever seen in my life, and it's on McDonald Avenue, of all places. I mean, it's practically a white sidewalk, so it's clean. It looks like they just did this. There isn't no gumdrops on it or nothing. I can't wait until they invent smell-o-vision. That's the next, everyone's talking about like all these things like virtual reality and AI, but we still haven't created a scent television, like a smell-o-vision. Because I tell you, the smells on McDonald Avenue, boy, like, it's just a lot of like paint and metal, like you could smell burning metal, like it's just oil, like everything you could think of having to do like a body shop is what it smells like over here. All right, Village Road South. I was right. I know my stuff. We were just over here. That's why, like, because we were looking at a Gravesend Cemetery, which is right over here, if you remember. And the Lady Moody property. All right, here we go. Let's see, though, if Stryker Street is up here. And that's it. We're going to walk down Stryker Street. We're going to end it back on Avenue X. So, this is, Village Road South, and then this is Village Court. Now, I didn't mention this. These are the oldest roads, some of the oldest roads in Brooklyn. These roads are pretty much the original layout, like when they were laid hundreds of years ago. So that's Village Court right there. But it's like a square. So if you look at the map, go to a map and just look at this area, you'll see the square. You'll see it's like Village Road South, North, East, and West. It's like a square. So. Stryker Street. That's a name. Looks like they're putting a new home here. Or at least renovating an old one. And that home over there looks interesting. Looks like, I don't know, it kind of almost looks like they put an extension up there. All right, we are on Stryker Street. But I cannot wait to get on that train. It is hot out. Almost forgot how hot 90 degrees is, because we've had the last 2 weeks, we have really nice weather. I mean, just absolutely cool and everything. This is not going to last long, though. This stretch of hot weather is probably going to only last into next week. So, looking at the long range, it looks like, the middle of August will get cool again, probably. Like, cool as far as, like, what's considered cool for August. But that's a big home right there. Just like that, I find myself walking in the street. No, I'm going to stay in the street. For the last block, we'll stay in the street. There goes the F train. I got to get on the train. I gotta get some water too. I have I have a big thing of water on me. I have not drank a sip of water. Just a little behind the scenes here. I've been easily walking about 7-8 miles today. This is the day I also filmed if you watch the Shore Parkway walk, where we walk Shore Parkway and some of those side streets. Then I headed over to Avenue X. I've been doing this. So I've been walking over 2 hours now. So this is Stryker Court. So it has a little Court Street also. All right, this is it. I see Avenue X once again, and we're done. What's this? This is Southgate Court. I'll be honest, Stryker Street is not a street I've ever walked down. I've always walked by it. That's how I know that it exists, but never walked down it. It's my first time walking down Stryker Street. All right, I guess we'll get on the sidewalk. So I want to thank everybody for tagging along. This is where I wrap it up. We walked Avenue X. We actually started on Knapp Street for a little bit, but we were on Avenue X all the way down, and we had to take the detour around the train line. But we pretty much did Avenue X. Did a little extra walking, wrapped around McDonald Avenue, and came down Stryker Street. That over there, that block over there is not Stryker Street. I think that side is now West 3rd Street or something like that. So Stryker Street is only a couple of blocks. So. Well, that's it. We're ending it here. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will catch you all on the next one. So stay cool and take care and bye-bye.